All right, Cam, let's take a look at one of your runs back at Stratton after a 12th place you had over at Bromley same day. That's a good result. You must be skiing fast. 12th place means front page, we call it, because 15 people fit on the front page of a properly printed result sheet. So good job, my friend. Little word of caution here. I'm not your coach, so everyone has a different opinion. You probably want to talk to Patty Mack on this stuff, what I'm going to say. But, here's my thoughts. A couple of themes. One, way too much up motion, up and down motion. We don't really up unweight nearly that much at the top of the turn. Gets us way too light when we're actually looking to pressure and get early pressure to kind of bend the ski and get the turn going. Number two, lack of pole plants. The first point about the too much up unweighting is interrelated to lack of pressure, interrelated to divergence of the skis, which we'll see. So I think we should focus on not standing as tall at the top of the turn and a pole plant, and things may fall into place. But let's take a look. So, a lot of it is driven immediately because you're going slow here, but the hands. The hands are, potentially an issue, and you like to toss them in the air right there to help you think, to get, tall top of the turn, light on the skis so we can get them around. And we really don't want to be that tall right here, and there go the hands, and it looks like you're, waving to dad or mom. We just don't need to be that tall right here. We rather come through, kind of in this position and transfer the weight to the new the uphill ski, which will be our new outside and eventually downhill ski. Kind of roll the skis over right now, and then extend that new outside leg to get that, new outside leg to be long and that inside one to be short. And then when we extend it, it's more of a, kind of forward and an inside move. We might get some inclination, so we might appear tall at the top of the turn, but not standing straight up. And you are standing straight up. So right now the skis are light, where we want some pressure right now. We want to have pressure on the skis to bend them, get them coming around, and no chance. So, because of that, what do? Well, you kind of have to diverge them, twist the inside ski. You need the turn done, and well, there's zero pressure on that ski. There's no bend in it. We want to see some reverse camber. So you kind of cheat it and just twist the inside ski and then twist the outside one around, to match it. So, what I really like about your skiing, though, is from the fall line through kind of completion, it's great. You have level shoulders. You're not leaning in. It's just that motion right there. Your hands go up. You stand way too tall. We're light up at the top of the turn where we want to start getting pressure. And you have no choice but to do that because the turn has to happen and skis go this way. There is, no bend there. There's no pressure on the new outside ski. We'd rather see it, arcing this way. But I think it's more of a result of the standing up. That's the first step. So, but once you get it going, like right in there, you don't need that line. That's a darn good looking turn. I mean, once you get in the fall line and you get your skis in the fall line, you really level the shoulders out. You press. You've got parallel shafts at the shins. You're arcing both. You've got a great little stance. That's some good skiing. Not, and there we go again, way too tall top of the turn. Hands come up high. You think you need to get light to toss them there. And you really don't have to. Be patient at the top of the turn. Roll them up, both edges matching, get a high edge angle. Be patient, press against them. They will come around. There's those hands again. You can see them, really just driving high to get you tall. Keep them down low. 3 rules of hands, and hands should be above the waist, and you don't have that problem. Elbows should be in front of the torso, and you're pretty good at that. I mean, your hands are great right there. It's just top of the turn. You throw them up to help you get high. And the last rule is hands should be slightly wider than the elbows, and you're okay there. But, I mean, here, you can see you came in, stood tall here, and where are you? You're off the ground. Tough to get early pressure when we're off the ground. So, we don't want to stand that tall. We don't need to. Second thing, pole plant. It doesn't really exist. You can see here you came around. No, not really. You then the hand goes high, so therefore we can't pole plant because you're throwing the hands up, causing lightness at the top of the turn when we want actually early pressure, causing this. So, I don't think you want to worry about that right now. That's a great, once you get it going, it's a darn good looking turn. I mean, you rolled them up, you're driving, you got ankle flexion, you're level, you got your hands in a perfect place, you've got a stance is balanced over the outside ski. It's just that top of the turn. I can see already those skis are off the ground, and you don't need to do all that. Because you do that, then the skis are going this way because you got no weight on that ski. We're looking to carve before our skis get to the fall line and against the fall line so we can kind of get the job done, release it early. We're trying to make more comma-shaped turns, and you're making more kind of like J-shaped turns. In the fall line is when you start carving, and you carve through past the fall line. Hard to get off that ski. Move to the next, and there goes that hand again. You can see it, right? I mean, we just don't need to be throwing it in the air. Because you're light there. I don't need to keep doing this because we get the idea. But I think that's more, they're interrelated, for sure. And it's really more, there goes that hand again, up. Alright, so let's roll this a bit. There goes the hand. We got to just quiet the hand down. Keep them down low. I mean, low meaning, above the waist, like right there the whole time. They should really not move from that position. But boy, that is beautiful. You got some good skiing right there. If we clean up the top of the turn, we just don't need the hand. Don't raise the hand. From here on in, turn is pretty darn good. All right, let's roll for a little bit here, slow-mo. Again, you're not going to see a pole plant. All right, now you start to do some, a little bit of your slalom turns, and here's where, the one thing we hadn't seen in your GS, and you're making now little shorter turns on GS skis, I think there. Skis get really narrow at the top of the turn, and one of our rules on skis, kind of have 3 rules: maintain snow contact, keep skis in parallel stance, and you're breaking that rule, but I think it's, as we talked, too light. I mean, parallel, meaning we don't want that divergence going this way. We want to keep them parallel. And second is to maintain same width throughout the entire turn and run. And you kind of, once you got going here, well, we don't need that line. Where'd you go? When you're trying to make your quick little turns, the feet really came together. Right in there, you can see, well, you see divergence because you can, yeah, obviously. Feet got kind of narrow. So, obviously pretty good divergence there. No weight on that outside ski right there. Got it around there. Caused a bit of an A-frame, but it's all related to, we don't want it. We can't rise up dramatically and pop up at the top of the turn. It can be. We need a little bit of up unweighting, a slow rise, then roll the skis up on edge, extend the outside new leg to add pressure. But we just got to avoid, that divergence. But one last thing, you can see it particularly when your dad came up alongside of you, is that, we got to avoid this kind of excessive lead change, and meaning the inside foot is just so far in front of the outside foot. Those should be fairly matched. Probably a half a boot length is the max. So, an event. Skiing great. There's some great parts of it, as I told you. Level shoulders, parallel shafts to the shins. From the fall line down, it looks freaking awesome. My suggestion would be three things. Pole plant. There's an easy one. Let's pole plant. Let's quiet down the hands. Don't throw them up in combination with don't pop up excessively at the top of the turn to up on weight. And lastly, let's try to keep that lead change down to a minimum. But you're doing great. 12th place is awesome. Hopefully we can pop in the top 10 soon, and good luck on the rest of the season.